Hello and welcome to I Can't Believe This Got Greenlit, a show where we discuss movies from our childhood, our nostalgia from watching them as kids, how they got made, and our experiences rewatching them as adults. I am one of your hosts, Nick Warner, and joining me as always, Matthew Pelton.
Well, we're not joining you in person. This feels weird.
Not joining me in person,
I don't like this at all.
I want to say that this is the first Greenlit episode, proper that we've done.
Yeah, if you don't include summer sessions, this is in the season.
Yeah.
No studio.
It's crazy.
That's really weird.
Yeah, we're here today on Zoom, not in the studio, which feels weird.
You can tell we're a little rusty at this.
Yeah. Oh yeah. We haven't recorded on Zoom since the summer.
Whoops.
Well, actually, technically since September, but it's fine.
Summer sessions, whatever, it counts.
Summer sessions.
Don't tell anyone.
Yeah, and also as of this recording, it's Wednesday, November 22nd at 9:44 p.m.
Yes.
Which means that friend of the show, Yankel Gelman, is currently in the studio recording his episode in our time slot. So
I forgot about that. He wanted to do an extra episode. So he's like, hey, can I use your time slot? We're like, sure.
Yeah.
We're not there.
We said, yes, gladly. And I tuned in, and they gave us a shout out right in the beginning. Called us out by name. It was wonderful. So shout out to them. We love them very much.
Now, listen, I will say, if that episode they record in our time slot wins an Evie, I'm going to be pissed.
Oh, same.
I'm so mad.
Because they have the benefit of our time slot. We have
the greatest time slot.
The greatest time slot. They have Friday at 8 a.m.
No one's listening at 8 a.m.
Oh. You never know. It's a good show.
It is actually a good show. You should check it out. But still, point is, it's our time slot.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be funny if that was the episode that won.
I'd be so mad.
Anyways, we are here today remotely to talk about a movie, probably easily the oldest movie that we've talked about, but one that rings definitely true in both of our lives, I think. We'll see.
We'll see.
The 1973 classic, A Charlie Brown Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone. Happy Thanksgiving to you,
Thanksgiving, man. Yeah.
This is a wonderful little episode, wonderful little film. And honestly, we talked a few weeks ago about the shortest film that we've ever covered on this show, which was Nightmare Before Christmas, which is funny because that was also another special episode for
that's true. Halloween episode.
And this time we've gotten even shorter. I didn't
realize the record, dude.
I didn't realize that this movie was this short. It is 25 minutes long,
which is insane.
It's crazy.
It's basically a short film. This doesn't even count as a movie.
I mean, yeah, it's literally a TV special, but in my head, it's in that realm of Frosty the Snowman, Rudolph, where you think in your head that they're so long.
No, they're not at all.
And they're 18 minutes.
The original Grinch, too. That's 17
What's
minutes.
What's going on?
If that. Yeah.
Yeah, and it stays in your mind forever. But
dude, I just realized we made a movie longer than this.
Yeah, we did.
River Fork is 34.
How long is Triptych? I want to say that's definitely close. It's 22.
I think it cracks 20. Yeah, but just barely.
But it's close to this movie.
Close. Yeah, it's really close.
So, going into childhood stories, do you want to start? Because this is such a sweet little film that has such a special place in my heart. I'm so happy that we're covering it.
Okay, so this movie has a bizarre history that I again can't figure out.
Okay.
It's very much like Chronicles of Narnia. What's going on with this movie? So
with a fawn that's just a horrible person.
Yeah. Wah, wah. So I'm currently home with my brother and dad for Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
And I told them, listen, I'm doing a remote episode of Greenlit. We're covering Charlie Brown Thanksgiving. We're super pumped. Do we remember anything? And my brother was like, dude, I remember every single detail of that movie.
Whoa.
It's the jelly beans, Snoopy, everything. It's ingrained in his brain.
Guy. Yeah.
Yeah. My dad remembered nothing at all. In fact, when I said Thanksgiving, he's like, "Oh, with the Pumpkin King." I was like, "No, different one."
That's not even close to Thanksgiving.
I know. So I was like, I've heard of it, but I don't remember it. I assumed when I watched it, it would all come back.
Okay.
So the three of us sat down to watch it. My brother was literally saying the lines of the movie, every joke, and me and my dad didn't remember a single detail.
That's awesome.
I don't even know if I've seen this. But how has my brother seen it so many times that I haven't?
I don't know
what's
you
going
have,
on.
but it's probably one of those things where it's so short that your brain probably just didn't even process some of it. It might.
But
just,
I remember the Christmas and Halloween one so vividly.
Same. Yeah.
Yeah. Which we'll get into that in a second. Once we
Sure,
get into
sure.
production, I want to bring that back up.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
Dude, this movie's a weird question mark in the history of Matthew Pelton. I don't know what's going on.
So I share a sort of similar path with this movie, because when we first like came up with the idea to do like themed episodes for the holidays, we were like, what's the one Thanksgiving movie that came out? Because there's no other ones. It's Charlie Brown Thanksgiving.
There's like none at all.
It's like the classic. And in my head, I was like, yeah, I've seen this movie 100 times. And then when I clicked on the movie and like, started playing it, I was like, where's the pumpkin? Where is the pumpkin patch? Where is the great pumpkin? And I thought the same thing. I assumed that the Charlie Brown, the Great Pumpkin, whatever it's called, I thought that was the Thanksgiving episode. And then like after they just go eat turkey and they call it a day. They take a big fat nap, but they don't. And so
they don't at all.
But I watched this and I remember the beginning with the football thing. Obviously, that like we'll get into that. That's happened multiple
every
times.
Opening, isn't it?
Yeah. And I remember the whole like Peppermint Patty inviting herself and others over for Thanksgiving, and then like Snoopy making the Thanksgiving meal. And I remember the parts of it, but for whatever reason, when I thought of the Thanksgiving episode, I was like, oh, it's the pumpkin one. So
it's not at all.
No, not at all. And then when I rewatched it, I was like, oh, okay, I do remember this. Not every single beat, but it was like it's great.
Yeah,
by the end, and again, not to get into spoilers, but I think it was mostly the music and the old tiny like tapes of the recording of their voices that really just brought me back. But it's like an instant classic. I mean, it's the pumpkin one, it's the Christmas one, it's every other Charlie Brown thing. It's like an instant classic. I've definitely fallen asleep to this movie plenty of times on the couch after a nice Thanksgiving meal. So wonderful. It just felt it felt like Thanksgiving. It was wonderful.
That's fair. It does very much feel like Thanksgiving, even though I have no memory of watching it during Thanksgiving. But I was gonna bring it up during production, but screw it, I'll bring it up now.
Sure.
I think it's very interesting, and I want to almost dissect why and ask you why. That when you think about the big Charlie Brown specials, Halloween, Christmas.
Yeah.
The Thanksgiving one is kind of lesser than the other two.
It's definitely forgotten about.
It's a little forgotten about.
100%.
Now, why is that? Is it just not as good as the other two? I haven't seen them in a while, so I don't know.
Maybe because you'd think like, oh, the jelly bean, popcorn, pretzel stick, toast for Thanksgiving dinner. That's like an immediate classic like joke, and people that will never forget that. I don't know. I haven't seen the Christmas and pumpkin one in a while.
Yeah, same.
So there might just be bits in there that have just come up in like meme culture or just have been brought up like over time.
Just more frequent.
Yeah, just more frequently. I don't exactly know. But yeah, it is very, very strange. I don't know.
Yeah, this one's definitely on a different tier than the other two. Definitely. It's not even close.
Yeah.
Yeah. I also found out randomly. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. No,
please.
I was this was streaming on Apple TV. So I was flipping through all the other Charlie Brown stuff. Did you know they have like Easter, Valentine's Day? They have like 4th of July, I'm pretty sure.
I knew about Valentine's Day because that one is almost more memorable to me than this one.
Oh, really?
Yes, absolutely. Because I remember there was the whole dilemma about them giving like Valentine's Day cards to each other.
Okay.
And there was just all the dynamics of all the different relationships within like Peanuts, and I couldn't get over it. It was great.
I don't think I've ever seen it.
I don't think I'm definitely remember 4th of July, but not super vividly. And then I don't remember Easter at all. I have no memory of that.
Yeah, I didn't know that even existed.
No idea. And I'm glad that they made them, but
yeah,
I definitely want to check
every
them out.
holiday.
It's also a crime that Apple TV took these and took them off the cable. It sucks.
I know, it does kind of suck. It's only on streaming now.
I know. It's so disappointing.
Yeah, it's only Apple TV. I also found out that there's currently running a Snoopy show.
Oh, no way.
It's on like season 3 that has like 40 episodes. What?
That's incredible.
Yeah, no one's talking about it. It's
Snoopy's
so
my
strange.
dude. We'll get more into this, but he's my guy.
Oh, dude.
I love
Snoopy's. Dude, come on. Snoopy is the best part of this
Snoopy's
whole thing.
A dog.
Are you kidding me, dude? Snoopy's a DAWG.
It's a dog. We talked briefly about this before the episode started, but because of how like criminally short this movie is.
Yeah.
This episode's probably going to be very short. We'll see, and if you're listening, you could probably just immediately check.
Yeah.
But the way I wanted to
That's a good point.
kind of extend it a little bit to give some sort of content, is I wanted to ask you. There's kind of two things before we go into production.
Oh.
The first, I wanted to ask you, do you have any Thanksgiving stories? I know I kind of asked this about Halloween. Any Thanksgiving stories that kind of stick out in your mind? Anything that is super memorable, or any traditions that your family has, or anything fun over the years? If you can't think of one immediately, I have one that I can start with. It's totally up to you.
I have two.
Okay.
But one of them, I don't know if I just made up, because I think we haven't done it in a while. So
It's like me watching Nightmare Before Christmas every year. It was a tradition for 1 year, and then it went away.
for 1 year, exactly. So there's two things I immediately think of that I love.
Okay.
Is Thanksgiving starts. The first thing we do is you have a slice of pie. You start with that.
Oh.
And yeah, that's how you start. And then you do
That's
appetizers,
cool.
you take a break, and then it's dinner.
Wow.
Now, the thing is though, I'm trying to recall the last time we did that, and I can't think of it.
Dude, tomorrow.
So I might have just
You gotta do
it's gonna be tomorrow.
You gotta
dude.
bring it back.
Bring it back. So that might have just been like a thing little kid me came up with because I wanted it to happen.
Sure.
It never actually did. I don't know. But I could have sworn that was a thing. And then the other one, and this is one of my favorite things about Thanksgiving, is we all eat like Mad Men, the appetizers, and then football comes on.
Oh, yeah.
Big deal.
Oh, yeah.
But I am not a football guy.
I was just going to say, where are you going with this? Because I know you don't like football.
I don't like football. This is the best part. So all my aunts and my aunt, my dad, everyone gather. They watch it, and I get to go to my room, take a little nap, chill out.
Sounds wonderful.
It's great. It's
great.
It's a
Fantastic.
little break, and I come back for more food.
Oh, there you go. That's even better.
Yeah,
you come
it's like the
out,
best
you just
Thanksgiving
bedhead,
ever.
and you're like, hey, guys. And they're like, we're winning.
You're
You're
where's
like, I
the
don't care.
pie?
Yeah. We have any
I
more
love
whipped
Thanksgiving
cream?
just for that. Whipped cream, dude. I'm a Cool Whip dude.
Oh, that's
Cool
what I
Whip
meant.
family
That's what I
only.
meant. Hey, you know what? You're so
Two
right.
very
that was,
different
that was
things.
on me.
For the
That was on
record,
me.
Cool Whip is
No,
not
they definitely
whipped cream.
are. You know, it's funny that you say that because Cool Whip, I only ever have Cool Whip on Thanksgiving, and you're absolutely right
Same.
that it is so different, and it's
so
like,
different.
so much better
Hey, whipped cream sucks. I don't like whipped
compared to
cream.
Cool Whip. Oh my god,
It's
I
not
mean,
even close.
I love me a good whipped cream. Don't get me wrong. However,
But dude, that's like
Cool-
someone handing me
Cool
like
Whip
trail
rules.
mix or like Ben and Jerry's. Like,
exactly.
Are you kidding me?
oh, it's incredible.
Whipped cream. So wait, what's your tradition?
Yeah, so well, I guess tradition-wise, it's we're very much a football family, like extended family.
I figured. I know the
usually-
Warner family.
Yeah, we usually see my mom's side of the family, and we usually go there, and especially not so much my like immediate family, but my extended family, big football people. So we eat, and like as soon it's usually the Steelers because my cousins are from Pittsburgh. Well, as soon as whatever team is on, I know, go
Gross.
Birds. But whenever
There you go. Good man. Eagles all the way, baby.
whenever football comes on, it's like you drop everything, or you just bring your plate of food into the living room, and everyone's in. Like it's all in
Now, do you
football
guys,
all
like,
the time.
Do you talk during the game, or you take it seriously? You watch.
It depends on the person. Most of the time, we're just
Oh,
locked in.
interesting.
But then during
Really?
commercials, it's like that's when you conversate.
Okay, that makes sense. That's
Yeah.
fair.
And
Yeah.
and it's similar for Christmas. We'll get to that on the Christmas episode, but it's like basketball on Christmas, football on Thanksgiving. Like that's it. That's what's happening.
Oh, you guys
Yeah.
are like big sports people then.
Oh, you have no idea. You have no idea. In the best way possible. And my mom every year makes deviled eggs, and they're like the best thing ever. And that's like her thing. She makes a fruit platter in the shape of a turkey. So she just did
That's
that, and it looks
awesome.
great. It's very cool.
That's actually really sick.
And then my grandmother always brings like every type of pie you could possibly imagine, and it's like the best. And then in particular, there was one year where we were making turkey, and I don't know if these were two separate years, but these two things happened. Is one year somehow the turkey ended up being like neon pink because either like
What?
food coloring got into it, or like something happened where it literally was just a fully
Was
pink
that safe?
Yeah, it was fine. We all were great. But again, I don't know if it was the same year or a different year, but my aunt from Pittsburgh was like reaching in to like go mess with the turkey, and then her hair caught on fire. And so she ran around. Her hair was fully on fire. And that was a Thanksgiving that like no one ever forgot. because she was just like losing her mind because her hair was just lit
Yeah, 'cause
off.
she died that
Yeah,
Thanksgiving.
she's no longer alive. No, I'm kidding.
She didn't make it.
She's alive and well. But yeah, it's crazy. So that's kind of tradition and also funny
That's
story.
bad. I will say, a couple weird little connections there. Is my aunt, God bless her, also makes like the most badass deviled eggs ever.
Yeah.
But I don't really like deviled eggs. I'm not gonna.
Yeah,
lie.
that's fair. I have them here and
So she,
there.
like,
It's
puts your
usually
heart and soul
literally
into it.
just yeah. It's usually for me just on Thanksgiving and that's it. And then I'm just like I'm.
I
good
don't really
with
see them
deviled
anywhere
eggs.
else, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Like, where else do you see them?
Yeah.
Not once
I
in
will
the
say-
wild I've ever seen a deviled egg.
I will say, there's a restaurant. I hate to be this guy to bring up Disney yet again, but there's a restaurant in Disney in Epcot.
Go in, everyone.
It's called Space 220, and you go up to space and you eat in space, and there's like screens all around it, and it's great. And they have these deviled eggs with like bacon in it. Oh my god,
That's what my aunt does. She has the bacon thing.
so good.
That's what I've been told. I just don't like them.
Maddie and I got them, and because we had no money, so we're just like, we can't get a full meal. Let's just get deviled eggs. It was so good. It was so good. And I was almost glad, like more glad that we got that an actual meal because they were delicious.
I'll say deviled eggs, weird connection, and then the other one is kind of I don't think of it as a tradition, but I'll bring it up. So my dad, his favorite pie is pumpkin pie. Big
so
pumpkin
good.
pie guy.
Yeah.
So good. It's my favorite pie ever is pumpkin pie. Now here's the thing. For years, since I was like born, he makes the best pumpkin pie you'll ever have, and it was like a well-kept secret. He wouldn't give away the recipe, and no one had any idea. Like, how does Dad make this pumpkin pie? Kevin
secret
Pelton
ingredient.
makes the best pumpkin pie.
The secret ingredient is Cool Whip.
Probably. But I'm gonna, you know what? Because listen, I love this show. I love our listeners. I'm gonna reveal the secret.
No way.
On air.
No way.
'Cause I know it. You want to know?
Dude, I'm so excited.
The secret to the best pumpkin pie you'll ever have in your life? It's just a can. He just buys a can and makes it. Yeah. But dude,
I'm
that's
not
the thing.
surprised.
He just made a can and then didn't tell anyone, and everyone freaked out.
Yeah.
The can is good. The can is so good. Like the easy can, not the one where you have to put in like your own stuff. You just do like evaporated milk, eggs, and pumpkin pie filling. Mix it. You're done.
That's great. I mean, that's
It's
good
like the
to
best
know.
pie you
'cause
ever
then you
have.
just-
Yeah.
It's good, but it's easy. It's like the best. It's best
Dude,
of
and
both
tell
worlds.
people it's homemade. You'll blow them away.
Exact. Oh, that's
It's incredible.
That's why he kept it a secret for so long.
Yeah, exactly. Don't tell anyone. Shh.
No.
Just a can.
Everyone who's listening, be sure not to tell anyone.
No, yeah, don't tell anyone. This is a greenlit secret.
Greenlit secret. Greenlit secret. And then the other
Hashtag greenlit secret.
hashtag Greenlit secret on Instagram, but don't post it because then people will know.
Yeah, but don't post it. But hashtag
But
secret.
hashtag secret. So anyways, the other thing that I wanted to ask you, and I have a list if you don't have like an immediate top 5, but I was gonna ask you top 5 favorite Thanksgiving foods. And now I put a general list I have is like obviously turkey, stuffing, mashed potatoes, cornbread, just to give examples. Baked mac and cheese, that's always a big one, pumpkin pie, cranberry sauce, etc.
Now, how about this? You go first, and I'll work on my 5.
Okay.
While you're giving your 5, because that's a hard question.
I'm gonna say number 1 for me. You can't have a Thanksgiving without a pumpkin pie. That's easily number 1. You got the Cool Whip on it. We've already talked about this. That is number 1 for me, hands down. Number 2, and I don't. Yeah, this is my second favorite easily. Like main dish, mashed potatoes. You got mashed potatoes with some gravy on there. Oh, mashed potatoes are my favorite type of potato. So it's the best of both ways. It's the best. Now, number 3, and you have to get it right because there's a specific way to do it with the breadcrumbs and everything. Baked mac and cheese.
Stuffing.
Baked mac and cheese is the best. It is so good. Again, you have to do it right. If you do it right, it rules. It absolutely rules.
I'll be honest, mac and cheese has never once been on my Thanksgiving table.
Oh, really?
That's not a thing for me at all.
I've had it a couple times, and if you have it and it's good, it rules. It's a game changer.
Baked mac and cheese? That's crazy.
It's very good. Yeah. Like homemade breadcrumbs, it's very good.
That's wild.
Number 4, you spoiled it, but
I did?
stuffing.
Oh yeah,
Stuffing's number 4.
That has to be featured.
It's neck and neck. Maybe number 3 over mac and cheese. We'll see. It's got to be there. Mac and cheese you can go without, but stuffing you have to have in there. So I'm actually gonna do a little switch. Stuffing's number 3, mac and cheese 4.
Okay,
I want to
respect
say
that. I say stuffing should be up there.
Yeah. obviously turkey's got to be there because that's a classic. Obviously, like the cranberry sauce has got to be there. I do a thing where I put the cranberry sauce on the turkey, and it's amazing. But I know a lot of people don't like
I hate cranberry sauce.
Yeah,
it's gross.
But I will say, if you get, this is my number 5, because obviously turkey and cranberry sauce, those are the honorable mentions.
Sure. Yeah.
The number 5 for me is if you have a good cornbread. That rules. You put a little bit of butter on there.
Cornbread does go hard.
Make it like a little warm, toasty. Oh my god. Oh my, I'm getting hungry just thinking about it. So that's like ideal. And then if you have like a little like
because that could be tough.
Yeah, a little like apple crumble. Oh my god.
Dude,
it's just the best.
Cooking.
Yeah.
Now you're cooking with gas.
So what's your okay? You got your list?
I think I have my 5.
Okay.
It's gonna be. I feel like it's gonna be a controversial 5.
Oh, how so?
You're not gonna like this at all.
You're like pizza.
Okay, so how about this? Okay. Potato chips.
Hot dogs for my nap.
I have 3. I take a bag of Snickers mini up to my nap. That's my favorite food.
And I come down and they're all smeared on my face.
Bedhead chocolate on my face. What's next?
How's the game going, guys? Okay, sorry.
How about this? I have 3 honorable mentions.
Yeah, okay.
That didn't quite make the cut.
Okay.
Like, this is also like on the spot. I had to make this.
No, yeah, sure. This is,
Yeah. Honorable mentions, cornbread for sure.
Yeah.
Because if you get a good cornbread, dude, that's out of control.
It's great. You have like 4 of them, and you're like, I feel fat.
Yeah. But it's amazing.
It's so good.
Another honorable mention, I do sweet potatoes over mashed potatoes.
Oh, see, here's the thing. I did sweet
with the
potatoes one
marshmallows
year.
and stuff.
Yes, that's...
Yes,
you
delicious.
Dude, you get a good sweet potato with marshmallow, and that's the only time
It's
of year that
over.
I'm ever seeing that, too. Is Thanksgiving.
Same. Yeah,
and it
that's
is
true.
so good.
So good.
But it also fully depends on the year, because sometimes I'll see them and go for them immediately over mashed potatoes. And some years I won't.
Yeah.
Every single year there's mashed potatoes, no matter what.
Interesting.
But if there is a sweet potato,
Okay.
I'll go sweet potato over mashed, easily.
Yeah, I agree.
But you have to have the marshmallows.
And I
You have to do
love
it
mashed
right.
potatoes.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, if it's sweet potatoes without the marshmallows, no, that does not count.
Right.
I'm basically going as a dessert for my sweet potatoes.
Yeah.
And then
definitely. That's the way to
the
do
third
it.
honorable mention, Nick, you're going to hate me that's an honorable mention to not make the cut,
Oh, that's okay. I get it.
is turkey.
Yeah. Whatever.
Now, I'll explain why, though, later.
I put turkey on my honorable mention.
Oh, I thought that made your list. I thought it was top 5.
That's why I said turkey with cranberry sauce is honorable mention, because cornbread was number 5. That's why I said before I announced the number 5. Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. No, there's something else makes the
That's
cut.
completely correct.
Okay, I feel better now. I'm scared. I was scared about Nick's response. Okay, top 5. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
In no order, because that's impossible.
Okay, sure.
So, first one, you're right, pumpkin pie. Has to be included.
Hell yeah.
Obvious. And the secret one, the family secret pumpkin pie.
Hashtag
Greenlit secret.
Greenlit secret.
Greenlit secret. Stuffing.
Yeah.
A given.
Yep.
Especially, dude, even if you do stovetop stuffing, it's delicious.
Oh, so good.
Stovetop's so good.
So good.
It can't be beat. Stuffing's amazing. Now, here's the weird one. There was one year where my dad made a turkey, and then my aunt showed up, and she had a crock pot. I'm like, what the hell is in the crock pot? And sure enough, she did a ham, brown sugar, pineapple thing. Yeah.
Don't
Dude,
say
I wish
that
you
to
could
me.
just see Nick's face.
Don't say
when
that
I
to me.
said that.
Don't say that.
It was
to me.
one of the best things I've ever had.
Was it like warm pineapple?
Yes. Oh. Dude, it was pineapple juice, pineapples, brown sugar, ham. Sat there for like 12 hours in a crock pot. It was one of the best things I've ever had.
That's
in
like
my
the 3
life.
or 4 best things you could possibly say in
I
one
know.
thing. Okay, I've actually had that before at like a Thanksgiving event on my dad's side, and it was so good. But we had it so like little times in my life that I just didn't remember it. But it's so good.
way.
And here's the thing: it's almost, I think that dish is literally the reason I like pineapple on my pizza, because it's just the
because of
grilled
the ham?
pineapple
It's so
and
good.
the ham.
It's so good.
Yeah. It's just like a Hawaiian meal, but it's incredible.
It's the best thing ever. So from that day forward, we do it every Thanksgiving, and this Thanksgiving, I honestly don't even know if there's gonna be a turkey, and we might just be doing ham.
Dude, pizza, I'm telling you.
Pizza.
Turkey pizza.
That's
Like,
that's
what?
me if I can't make it home for Thanksgiving. I'm like, I want pizza, pineapple, turkey. Please.
Yeah, the please will do it.
So that's why turkey, by the way, was honorable mention, because
Sure.
ham beats it for me.
Oh yeah,
That ham is so
100%.
good.
100%. Specifically that dish.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
It's not even close.
Yeah.
Now, the other two are like oddly specific. So one of them, I have to explain. One of them is kind of self-explanatory. But my aunt always makes a chocolate peanut butter pie.
Oh.
And yeah, it's like the best thing you'll
Yeah,
ever
that
have
sounds
in your
really
life.
good.
It's delicious.
Although for
It's
me,
so good.
if you do like I can only do pumpkin and apple, and like I always do pumpkin. I always do half of apple. And the reason I say half is because by the time I get halfway through, I'm like fully in a food coma.
You're
And there's
dead.
nothing more I can eat without literally feeling I'm gonna puke. And so I feel like if it was that like combination of sweet grossness in a pie, and, like it would be so good, but I could not eat it. Like my stomach would be
It's
absolutely
rich.
not.
Yeah, it's really rich.
Like I couldn't do any
it's
sort
really
of
good.
like Boston cream, like no like chocolate, no like I
Yeah.
can't. It's just so much. But it sounds
Well,
so good.
then the next thing you might be screwed too. I'm not sure.
Oh god.
So we just call it the Oreo thing. That's number 5 is the Oreo thing.
Yeah, I'm screwed.
Yep. The Oreo thing, just so you know, it's also my aunt because she's the best. And she takes this big Tupperware that goes up. It's like a big square that goes up.
An upperware?
And she'll do a layer of an upperware.
Sorry, that was so stupid. Go ahead.
Yeah, we're canceling the show after that. she'll do a layer of Cool Whip, then a layer of Oreo. Cool Whip, Oreo, over and over and over and over again. So you have a tower of Cool Whip and Oreo, and you throw it in the fridge for like 24 hours.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. But
You know,
Nick,
you know who's also eating it?
you have?
Yeah.
Get the win.
A friend of mine, his mom made it, or maybe he made it. But I had it at like, it wasn't a Thanksgiving event. It was maybe a birthday party or something. But they made it, and I was like blown away. But it was one of those
Dude.
things where I had like 4 bites, and I was like, this is so good,
can't
but I
do it.
will die if I eat more.
But didn't it like shatter your world?
Oh,
Like,
it broke my brain.
dude, it's the best thing ever.
it's so good.
It's so simple.
Yeah.
It's
Oreo
just
and
Cool Whip
Cool
and Oreo. But how does that work so well?
I don't know. It's just it's magic, I guess.
See, I only get it for Thanksgiving. I never see it outside of Thanksgiving.
I never saw it for Thanksgiving. I only ever saw it in like August. I was like, this is great.
Well, you have mac and cheese. I have Oreos.
Yeah, there you go. It says so
That's
much.
my top 5. It does.
Very cool. Okay, well that was very fun. I'm glad that we got to do a little.
I feel like I
kinda
learned some weird
yeah,
Warner tradition.
exactly.
Yeah.
And I learned about the weird Pelton traditions and about Oreos.
We're just gross. We have pie first, Oreo, chocolate. We have everything
Ham with like everything on it.
with brown sugar.
It's awesome.
We're nasty.
But it's the best. It's all part of the holiday. It's a good. It's a fun
Exactly.
time.
It's part of it. That's
So
our
going
excuse.
into the production for this very very short movie.
This 25-minute movie.
It's more just about the production of like the Peanuts in general rather than
figured.
the actual film. I mean, I
The
guess
specific
you'll
one.
see. Yeah, so this is written and created by, of course, Charles Schultz, the guy who
Yes.
did Peanuts. He's the guy.
Yeah.
Specifically,
Big man.
the director of this special was directed by Bill Melendez, who was an animator for Disney at first, having worked on Pinocchio, Fantasia, Dumbo, and Bambi, which is like the
Big
classics.
Four.
Yeah. And then the other director of this was Phil Roman, who was an assistant editor on Sleeping Beauty and the lead animator on the original How the Grinch Stole Christmas.
Why do these guys just pump out classics?
No, that's what I'm saying.
Changing
Dude, every
lives.
single movie on there is an immediate classic. I could argue that Fantasia's not, because I know a lot of people don't know what that is. But then if you show them the clip
Yeah.
of Sorcerer Mickey with the walking brooms,
They'll know
with
it.
the water, that's Fantasia. So everyone knows
Now,
that.
Am I wrong to think that Fantasia kind of got crap when it came out?
Probably. No, I mean like that
no,
probably
I-
probably got crap. I don't exactly
I have a
know.
weird- You're not sure?
I'm not sure.
I could also be thinking of Fantasia 2000. To be
Fantasia,
fair.
no, Fantasia 2000 was the one that got dunked on.
There it is.
Yeah,
Okay.
Fantasia, because basically they just did the second Fantasia, but it was just a new version and with worse animation sequences.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, because essentially what it is.
Always a
is
good
it's like,
idea.
The whole idea of Fantasia was it was going to be, and it ended up being, original score that animators basically used their imagination and animated to a score. So like they
instead
heard a
of
score.
opposite.
Yeah. So they heard a score and they're like, what story can we make around this score?
Yeah, that's kind of cool.
So they come up with it and then they do, their thing. And then Fantasia 2000 was like, hey, not only are we going to just play the Sorcerer Mickey part from the original and just have that be part of our movie and don't change a single part of it, but we're also going to make worse versions of it. And also we're going to have it hosted by Penn and Teller.
Sick.
Yeah.
Good idea.
So they introduce every section and it's so strange.
I don't know why that didn't work.
No.
I'm stunned. Yeah, that sounds amazing.
Blown away. But yeah, so these two guys directed this, and again, just immediate
These two
classics.
legends.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it was one of the only Peanuts films that was a completely original idea, not at all based on the comics. Because originally, like the TV series and all that stuff leading up to this were all just based on purely on comics, like exactly almost frame for frame. And then this one was an original idea, and they started kind of going through the process of like, hey, we want to make like holiday episodes.
Yeah.
Based on our own brains and like create these new stories for like trying to make instant classics, and it worked. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
This film was the first, weirdly enough, of the Peanuts films to use actual kids as voice actors rather than adults playing kids, which has been the case up until that point, which is interesting.
True?
Yeah, apparently. Again, Wikipedia never lies, so I guess.
Because didn't the Halloween and Christmas episodes come out before this? Episodes, the specials.
Probably. I'm not sure. I wanna say that they came out after.
Charlie Brown Christmas was 1965. Thanksgiving was 73.
Oh.
And Halloween was 66. So Thanksgiving,
came out...
Christmas and Halloween were within a year of each other. Then like a big break, and then Thanksgiving.
Interesting. So then either Wikipedia is wrong, or those two movies used
adults.
Yeah, and that's what it seems
like.
Like.
I want to go back and see if it's the same voice. Yeah, see what's up.
Yeah. And then there's a couple other interesting things about this movie. So in the opening scene where Lucy pulls the football away from Charlie Brown, they did 24 takes with the original voice actor of him like screaming and like falling. But they couldn't get it right. So they hired an adult for the one scream where he misses the ball. So when he's running up, it's all the kid, and then as soon as he screams, that's all an adult.
I'm gonna be honest, you can tell because even watching, I'm like, that was bizarre.
Yeah,
something happened there. Some grown ass man just took over.
Yeah, it's crazy. This program, so it's not really a movie, won an Emmy for outstanding individual achievement in children's programming. Pretty cool.
Oh, good for them.
Yeah. And famously, or maybe not so famously, I don't really know, but Peppermint Patty was voiced by a male actor who had a deviated septum, so he fit the part better. So he kind of sounded like that nasally tomboy type voice.
I'll be so honest. I did not know for the longest time what gender Peppermint Patty was supposed to be.
That's fair.
To me, it's clearly a dude.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and then at one point, one of the characters says "Sir" at Peppermint Patty.
Well, okay.
I don't know if they're joking or what's going on.
But I was watching this with my mom literally a couple hours ago, and we talked about like, and we talked about, and my mom was like, "Oh, is that a boy or girl?" And I was like, "I'm like 99% certain it's a girl." And then she was doing some research on the film, and she was like, one of the headlines was like, diving into one of the most interesting relationships in Peanuts. It was Peppermint Patty and then Marcy, the one that was calling her Sir.
Oh.
So I don't exactly know what the deal is, because Charlie Brown's in love with a redheaded girl, and then it seems like Peppermint Patty's in love with Charlie Brown, but then Marcy and Peppermint Patty seem like they're in a relationship, according to this article.
That is true.
So I don't exactly know.
That is, I don't know.
And it's voiced by a dude, and it's clearly it calls absolutely. And they she calls her Sir, and it's voiced by a dude. It's clearly like a tomboy type, and it's rad. It's also very cool that that's like a thing in the 70s when like that wasn't super popular.
Yeah, and like they're not like making fun of it. It's just like
exactly. It's just a normal thing. So that's that on that. And last thing on production. Supposedly, the voice actor for Sally couldn't read at the time, so the director would say her lines to her in an earpiece and she would deliver them.
Hey, it worked.
Which is pretty coll. So
it's kind of a clever solution around it.
It's pretty cool. So it's funny. So it's like when she's like, "What's wrong, big brother?" That's like she
heard
couldn't read what that said, so she just heard it in an ear and then she said it, which is pretty cool.
See, Nick, we're for people who don't know, me and Nick are working on a second project that we've had to deal with a kid.
Yeah.
And now I know
True.
we will never go younger than we've gone right now.
Yeah.
I think our kid's like 8 or 9. He can
Make
read.
sure they can read.
Yeah, just make sure they can read. That's all we need.
Yeah. Unless we're doing voiceover, then we could just do the exact same thing, and it totally works.
Or
Yeah.
we can just have us do the voice.
Yeah. I sound like a kid
Hello,
sometimes.
Charlie Brown.
What's wrong, big brother? Just like, what? I know.
I hate it.
Terrible. Anyways, that's all I have for production. Nothing too crazy. It's an interesting special. And there's also a little like behind the scenes making of it on YouTube.
Oh, that's cool.
But there's nothing like super crazy. It's just cool to see like the animators and the creator and director and everyone like kind of just being like, "Yay, we love Thanksgiving. Charlie Brown's great." It's super cool. So that was fun.
That's kind of cool.
Going into the plot, we have the cold open, the classic cold open of the gag with the football. And he's like, maybe this time, maybe this can be the time that I get the football and I kick it.
He's an idiot.
And
man.
It's so funny because I didn't realize how utterly depressed Charlie Brown is as a character until I watched this movie. I had no idea. And from the second that
it's
the scene
almost like
starts,
hard to watch at times.
I know. And I feel so bad because everyone else around him is so chipper, and then he's just like, life sucks and I hate Thanksgiving.
Poor Charlie Brown.
And I never knew that. I always just assumed that he was such like an upbeat guy, but I don't know. Rewatching it, that was like the big takeaway.
Yeah, my big memory of like Charlie Brown as a character was just that he just got rocks for Halloween.
Oh, wait,
That's
what?
all I
I don't remember that.
Yeah, you don't remember?
No.
Every time they went trick or treating, they'd say what they got. He's like, "I got a rock."
Oh, that's so
Aw,
sad.
man.
This poor
So
guy.
I thought he was a normal kid and life just sometimes sucked. I didn't realize he was just like always down in the dumps.
Yeah.
This
He's
poor
just,
dude.
He's just Eeyore. Poor guy.
He's Eeyore as a little kid.
Yeah.
A bald little kid too?
Bald little
Question
kid.
mark?
He's like one little tiny piece of hair. I don't
little thing,
actually
wears
know
the
like
same
what
shirt.
age he is. Yeah, I don't know.
I'm not sure what's going on with this dude.
Yeah, I mean he's old enough to like have a crush, so it's not like he's like an infant.
True.
He's like walking
Yeah, he's
around
not
on his
super
own.
young.
He's playing football, or trying
Then
to.
his sister can't read.
True.
He's trying to.
But yes, we have that cold open, which is wonderful, and it just got me right back into the world of Peanuts, and it was such a nice little.
Now, by the way,
thing.
that's been a cold open before, right? This is.
I
not the
believe
first time
so.
they did
Yeah,
football.
yeah. There's no way that
Okay,
this is the
okay.
first and only time. Yeah, it's been
Right,
definitely been
yeah.
a thing. Because I think he says like,
Okay.
I think Lucy says at the end like, "Oh, isn't it funny how traditions like slowly fade away?" And then
Oh yeah.
yeah, kind of referring because I think earlier she said like, I don't know, something about traditions, and she says something about traditions.
Yeah,
and then,
it was referenced like it had been done before, but I don't know if that meant like it had been done just in the universe or is it a different special.
right. It's definitely been done. Yeah.
Okay. 'Cause I was
I've
like,
definitely
good
seen
for
it.
this movie.
Yeah. I was gonna say
Yeah,
if this is the
for
only
sure.
time that the football gag exists, then this is why I remember this movie. Because that's like the most famous scene in all of history of this,
Easily.
of
Yeah.
these characters. But yeah, so then we cut to Charlie Brown's house where Sally complains about Thanksgiving in general and how no one really celebrates it. She says she wants a turkey tree, but they're only selling Christmas things, which is so sad. I feel so bad for her. And she complains about the homework they're getting at school.
Which I feel.
Yeah.
I'm on break. I'm working on essays right now.
100%. I have a quiz
Yeah.
on Monday, and I'm like, I just
Wait,
want
what-
to eat
I have a-
pumpkin
I have a
pie and go to
midterm
bed.
on Monday.
I know, that's crazy.
It's messed
a
up.
midterm?
What
There's
is
3
that?
weeks left.
He was gone for like 4 weeks of
What?
school.
It's
He was on
crazy.
some set or something. I don't know where he went.
Oh, good for him, I guess, but that's insane.
Yeah, this is what film school's like. Your professors just disappear because they're making movies.
Well, that's exactly
It's
what
the
happened.
weirdest thing.
My Sydney professor was gone for 2 weeks because she was on a set in like
Oh, there you
Norway
go.
or something.
On some set. Yeah,
like
exactly.
Argentina or somewhere.
It's the strangest thing.
Yeah. But yeah, Charlie Brown gets a phone call from Peppermint Patty, the main character I could argue in this movie,
Easily.
who invites herself over for Thanksgiving dinner and invites Marcy and Franklin over to Charlie's house for Thanksgiving, even though he already has plans to go to his grandmother's house. Classic scenario, classic Charlie Brown. He doesn't stick up for
no.
himself. Oh no, he's so sad. He's like, I did this to myself and I'm miserable. I don't know what to do. And Linus is there with him, and he's Charlie starts freaking out, but Linus helps him by telling him to kind of schedule the 2 dinners separately so that he can make them both work. So he has his friends over.
Just do 2.
Yeah, between, 1 p.m. and 4 p.m. And then he has to leave by 4 to get to his grandma's house by 4:30. And for some reason, he doesn't even have to ask his parents. It just happens.
No problem.
He's so cool.
I thought about that.
He is just the coolest dude ever. And his parents don't even say when he leaves, or he doesn't ask what time are we leaving. He just is a baller.
Life works around Charlie Brown's schedule.
Exactly.
Okay. Now, Nick, I have a very important question for you.
Yes.
Because I want to set up the super important thing that's about to happen in this
movie. My favorite part.
Because it's a big deal.
It's the best part of the movie.
Charlie Brown's what? 7, 8 years old?
Sure.
He can't make a Thanksgiving meal by himself.
Absolutely
Nick,
not.
who does he go to? Who does he turn to, Nick?
Snoopy and Woodstock.
Yeah, he does, baby.
Go. Yes.
The main man shows up.
And he shows up, and he's so dapper, and he's cool as hell. And he should have walked in there with, sunglasses on, doing, a crip walk or something. He was just cool as hell.
He deserves it.
He deserved it.
He deserves it.
He walked in, his eyes were basically closed. He was like, I am a chiller. He just vibes the hell out throughout this entire movie. He is just on a totally different playing field than everyone else. No anxiety.
I swear.
Swag as fuck.
Nothing.
He's the king.
He is. There's all the plot of this movie and all the characters. Who gives a fuck? It's Snoopy's movie, dog.
Dude, this is what I'm telling you. This is why the Snoopy has his own TV show now running for 3 seasons. Is because he's
40 episodes, baby.
Easily
3
the
seasons.
best. Easily the best.
It's not even close. Charlie Brown who, dude?
Exactly. It's Snoopy Brown now, bitch. Let's go.
It's the Snoopy Brown show, baby.
Snoopy Brown show. It's a Snoopy Brown Thanksgiving.
Hashtag Snoopy Brown. Spread that.
Hashtag Snoopy Brown. That one you can use.
Hashtag Snoopy Brown. That one, yeah, don't use the other one. Shh.
What other one?
Use hashtag Snoopy Brown.
Exactly.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yes. So Charlie asks Snoopy and Woodstock to help set up tables and chairs, and they do. But Snoopy, being the sly dog he is, he's just so curious, and he goes out and just has this entire sequence where he plays ping pong on the table he's setting up. He fights a chair for 3 minutes, which is awesome.
It's a while.
Every single adventure that he goes on is so minor, but so incredible at the same time.
I will say I was surprised at how long Snoopy's adventure was, given the total runtime of the short.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I mean? Snoopy's adventure is 5 minutes easy.
And it's a fifth.
That's at least 1/5 of the entire movie. Yeah,
I was checking my watch, but I was just keep it going. I want more of Snoopy.
Yeah, I was like, this could be the whole fucking movie.
It was great.
I'd be the happiest dude ever.
Exactly. But yes, so Linus brings Snoopy back inside after this whole fiasco to help him make the food because he basically outs Charlie for not being able to butter toast because he's dumb. And they all prepare a feast of buttered toast, jelly beans, pretzel sticks, and popcorn, as I alluded to earlier. And it looks pretty damn good for a 6-year-old.
Honest, it does.
Or whatever, yeah.
One of the characters complains about it. I'm like, that'd be a sick Thanksgiving.
Yeah, I know. Why would that'd be incredible. I mean, definitely not healthy, but good enough.
Listen, dude, I'm eating Oreos and chocolate anyway. Who cares?
It's a big vat of Cool Whip and Oreos.
Yeah, exactly.
But yes, so the guests arrive and go out to the backyard to eat, and Linus says grace by talking about the first ever Thanksgiving, and then they all dig in after Snoopy absolutely chefs it up and serves it up. He is slapping shit on plates and just throwing it at the guests.
Dude, this guy does not play.
He doesn't miss. He gets it. He throws it directly at them.
Does not miss.
It's awesome.
Damn right he doesn't miss.
He throws it right at them and it lands and the food goes everywhere. But he's like, yeah, motherfucker, what are you going to do?
Yeah, eat your shit, son.
It's so great. And then
he knows what he's doing.
They start eating, but before Peppermint Patty starts eating, she freaks out at Charlie Brown that the Thanksgiving meal they got was trash. And then he walks away defeated, depressed, and ruined.
When that happened, I already kind of thought Peppermint Patty was a little bit annoying.
Yeah.
And then she ragged on my boy Snoopy's cooking. I was like, nuh-uh. You don't cross that line.
No.
You just fucked up.
That's
You're
the
dead
thing.
to me now.
She
That
doesn't even
character
know-
doesn't exist in my world.
She doesn't even know the half of it because we don't find out till later that Snoopy is the boy. He is the chef of all chefs.
Dude, it's the best ending ever. We'll get to that.
It's the best like turn in any film ever, and I was like,
It's the funniest thing.
This is comedy. This is 1973. This is
motherfucker.
perfect. Like they just put that little, the little pin in it at the end, and you're like, dude,
It's literally less than a minute.
it's perfect.
And we'll get
and
to the ending.
it
but
like
Peppermint
rolls the
Patty,
credits.
man?
The credits roll over it.
It
And you're like,
does.
this fucking rules. Okay, so anyways,
Dude, Peppermint
before
Patty's
that,
ragging on my boy.
yeah, she's ragging on him.
I was
And
like,
he goes
"Nuh-uh."
in and he's sad. And then Marcy tells Peppermint Patty that she should apologize. And she does, but only after
of.
Marcy goes and apologizes to Charlie Brown first for her. So Peppermint Patty's like,
Yeah.
you have to do it because you know me, I'm a bitch. Basically is what she says.
Yeah, it's okay. I suck, so you gotta do it.
You gotta do it. And then she apologizes, and Peppermint Patty kind of apologizes. And then
Lame
after
ass
that...
apology. I'm just saying.
Yeah, lame as hell. And then, Charlie Brown realizes, guess what time it is? It's 4 o'clock. We gotta go to Grandma's house. But where are my parents?
Actual Thanksgiving.
I don't know. No one really knows. Because
We'll never know.
give no sense of urgency. They don't give a fuck. They're waiting for Charlie to tell them when to leave.
No, all we know is that. Oh wait, also wait a minute. Hang on. The parents must be in the house because he has his Thanksgiving outside.
Right.
But when he goes back in the house, he gets a phone call saying it's time to go. The parents don't just come down.
Oh,
So
that's
where are
right.
the parents?
I
It's
don't
a phone
know.
call.
Yeah, I don't know.
Right?
That's strange.
Something's
Who knows
afoot here.
Yeah. Well, that's a
probably
whole nother
Snoopy,
movie.
dude.
It's probably Snoop. Yeah.
He probably did it.
Snoopy's the king of this. And then, oh no, he's gonna be late to grandmother's house. So he calls his grandma and he explains everything, the situation to her. And then,
Yep.
being the cute little grandma she is, she invites him over for dinner with all of his friends.
And all his
invites everyone.
friends. It's adorable.
It's so
yeah.
sweet. And so he goes back out and announces to everyone that or Peppermint Patty goes out and announces to everyone that they're all
Yeah.
going to Charlie Brown's grandma's
here
house,
we
and they
go.
all cheer. They're so excited.
Yeah.
And then they
And
get
then we
into the
to
car.
The most badass ending of
It's
all
great.
time.
They get in the car. They sing all the way to grandma's house, and we find out that it's a condominium. It's a funny little joke. But we find out that in fact,
Here we go.
Snoopy and Woodstock had a turkey and pumpkin pie this whole goddamn time.
Dude, these motherfuckers
And
made
that's
it
how-
the whole time.
That's how the movie ends. Snoopy goes into his little doghouse, and he's like, here's the turkey, and then the movie ends, and then the credits are rolling, and they're eating pumpkin pie. And my
Eating
mom
pumpkin
pointed
pie.
out the pumpkin pie slices are bigger than them. They're huge.
They're
It's
huge.
perfect. It's literally perfect pumpkin
Dude,
pie.
this fucking G was cooking popcorn for these losers and making toast. And he had a turkey and pumpkin pie the whole
It's
time.
great. And dude, he's so sly. I love him so much.
He's so sliced.
He's-
I want to be Snoopy when I grow
Dude,
up.
he's the best.
It's my new goal.
Oh, God. And you know what? After all that, I would love to say that all is well in the world. And that, my friends, is a Charlie Brown Thanksgiving. The quick little film.
Oh, happy Thanksgiving.
Happy
man.
Thanksgiving. This was a nice little episode. It honestly went longer than I was expecting it to go. But, final thoughts. Would you like to start on
Yes.
this glorious Thanksgiving episode?
Sure. So, after watching it and realizing I may have never seen this before in my life, without knowing that, I think it's fine.
Yeah.
How about this? It's very cute. Snoopy, most badass motherfucker to ever come on the show
Yeah.
ever.
I think, I agree.
I think there's a reason it's not mentioned with Christmas and Halloween.
Yeah. That's
You know
fair.
what I mean? It's not quite as strong as some of the other Charlie Brown stuff, but you know what? It's good.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it'll become a new tradition, but I get why it is one if your family does.
Sure. It was for me, it was just always on Thanksgiving. Before, like, I was
Fair.
conscious enough to enjoy football. So
Yeah,
it was
yeah,
just
yeah.
like, that was the thing that was on when it was just on TV running over and over and over and over. Because it's the only Thanksgiving
Yeah.
media that exists now, except for Thanksgiving the movie, where it's like a slasher film that just came out.
Which I've yet to see, and I'm so pumped.
I know, I'm excited. But to me, it's a classic. It was definitely more cynical than I remembered, but it's also very cute.
Sure.
Snoopy's easily the best part of this movie, but I did love
Oh, yeah.
every character. They're all super cool. I love all the Peanuts. They're great. But I agree. It definitely, the staying power I think is less than the other ones.
Yeah, for sure.
But to me, it is because the nostalgia. and just kind of growing up with it. Every time this season comes around, I always think of the movie, and I'm like, that's sweet, and I remember it. And again,
it's
Snoopy's
sweet.
just such a badass that I'm like, I need more of this. So that's it. And one
That's
final
sick
thought
motherfucker, man.
on a Charlie Brown Thanksgiving. This is the first time we're doing this on Zoom in a long time, so let's see. The
I
delay
forgot
is
how
gonna
we did
mess me
this.
up.
Oh no.
I can't
believe this got greenlit.
Thank you all for listening. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone. This has been
Happy
a
Thanksgiving,
sweet
everyone.
little episode. We will be back in studio
Yeah.
next week. We're going to be talking about the Pink Panther film from 2006 with our very, very special guest, Fallon Heelan. We are so excited to have her on.
So excited.
This feels like it's been a long time coming, and I'm super pumped to talk to her about that. And probably Disney at some point on that episode. It'll probably shoehorn its way
you guys are
in.
both Disney freaks.
Yes, and I'm excited to have a second just excitement about Disney, and hopefully it gets brought up. Well, I'll make sure that happens. Yes.
I'll just sit in the back, let you guys do your thing.
What if it just turns into a completely different episode? We just don't even talk about Pink Panther.
It wouldn't surprise me.
All right. Thank you all for listening. We will see you next week. Bye.
Happy Thanksgiving, everyone.